Stevie Nicks, the background of me just riding horses, being outdoors, living how I live. Um, and also, I do like to look at Lainey Wilson for some fashion advice sometimes because she is like so on it. We both had like the flat brim hats and whatnot. But
That's
for
awesome.
my fashion and my look, I'm all about wearing what makes me feel comfortable and what makes me happy. Don't live by certain rules. Just like live outside the box. Wear what you want to wear. Look how you want to look. And if you feel great, great.
That is awesome. That is fantastic. It is Sienna. She's with us today. She joins us live here on our big program talking about her music. We're also going to be talking about her brand new single here in just a few moments as well. So, who are some of your musical heroes and influences that have influenced your singing, your songwriting, everything?
Definitely. Okay, so I grew up listening to Martina McBride, Faith Hill, Trisha Yearwood, Shania Twain. I do love John Mayer, the way he writes, and he's just so, I mean, musically talented. It's crazy. And today I looked at Stevie Nicks, Miranda Lambert, Carrie Underwood, and I think I take bits and pieces from everyone that I have seen and heard and apply it to how I want to say it and how I want to hear it.
That's awesome. That is
Yeah.
that is tremendous. Sienna with us today. She joins us live here on our big program. So, talk to us a little bit about your social media. How do people find you? What's been some of the reaction to some of your music? All these things.
Well, since this first song I'm ever putting out, it's coming out October 21st, called Sass. No one has really heard the whole thing yet. I've done bits and pieces of teasers on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. My Instagram is Siena Music, Siena Music. TikTok, Siena, and then my last name is Paglia, Paglia. But everything is all linked on my link tree on my Instagram, so they'll take you all there. People have been great. They love my image. They are excited to hear the songs. Of course, my mom, she's like my biggest, rooter. Everyone looking for Sienna songs. She's so cute. So all of the,
That's awesome.
no, that's how moms are. They just want to be so supportive and happy. But I have a really great support system with my family and friends and everyone around the country, really.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic. So, talk to me a little bit about where you want your music to go. What are some of your goals with your music?
First and foremost, I want to create great music that, one, I believe in, therefore my fans and listeners will also believe in. If I touch one person, I did my job. If I touch five, great. If I touch millions, that's even better. But like performance-wise, I mean, heck, the sky's the limit. We all want to be on the big stage doing what we love for people so we can share this music experience together.
That's awesome. That is fantastic. Sienna with us today. So, is Sienna a birth given Christian name, or is this just a stage name?
Well, my first real name is Siena, Siena.
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
I was actually named after a town in Italy, Siena, Italy. I'm Italian, so
That's fantastic.
so there it comes from, the Siena.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, when you started doing all this, did you ever think you'd get to the point where you are now?
Oh gosh. I eventually knew one day. I am a person, if I have a dream or kind of a set, something I want to accomplish, I know I'll get it done. I always wanted to move to Nashville, and I had the perfect opportunity to do that last year, so I took it. I packed up all my stuff within a week and moved out here. And of course, my mom is still sending me things here and there. Back when I first moved out, but I didn't know when I would be moving to Nashville, but I knew I would do it someday, and
Yes.
I was really proud of myself for doing it.
That's awesome. Sienna with us today. She joins us live here on our big broadcast. So, what are some of the different places that you've performed and some of the different things that you've done just in your short time here of being a great musical artist?
Well, I'll share a few places in Nashville and Vegas. I was an attendee at the Route 91 Harvest Festival in 2017 in Vegas. So
That's awesome.
I had to get up on stage a week later in front of thousands of people, just like Aldine was when everything was going haywire, and sing the national anthem at that benefit concert. I don't know how I did it. I prayed and just sent a Hail Mary, and I said, Lord, help me get through this performance, because it was very, very scary. But I've done that. I've sang a lot for Taylor Sheridan, the producer of Yellowstone. He's so kind, him and his wife, to fly me out anywhere they need me. In Nashville, I've sang in a few bars at Broadway like years ago, but I decided to really work on my own self and my own music. I've sang for benefits in Idaho, in Utah, in California, just kind of everywhere. But I will be having an updated show schedule very shortly on my website.
We have got Siena with us today. She joins us live here on our big program. We're going to take a brief time out. I'm going to put you on hold here on Skype, and we will be back here on our big program. And we'll do this. An incredible new marketing partner with us today at Transmedia Worldwide. Before we do that, thanks for listening to it. It's so ridiculous. My headphones came undone. That's why we took the break. But we are back here with Siena. She joins us here on our big broadcast. So if people want to find your music, how in the world do they exactly do this? Are you on, are you on Spotify, the various places? How do we find your music? Did we lose Siena? We might have lost Siena. I think we may have lost Siena. Okay. Technical difficulties abound on today's show. Fantastic. We'll do this. We'll hang up with Siena. We'll go back to Siena. Oh, fantastic. Technical difficulties abound. Let's do this. Quit Skype. We'll quit Skype. We are.
All right.
Okay. So, how do people find your music?
You can find my music by easily going to my Instagram, SIENA, Siena Music, and I have a link tree in my bio. There's my pre-save for SAS, my website link, and everything else for my TikTok, Twitter, all that good stuff.
Fantastic. Well, you are amazing. Tell us a little bit more about this track, SAS.
SAS is, I would describe it as a really fun girls' night out party song. I hadn't heard one in a while, so I told my producer and co-writer, Don Meggs, why don't we write one? And we did. In about 30 minutes.
Why don't we write one? That's awesome.
Hell yeah. So we did a rough demo, and then I went back in and recut it. And he had his musicians play on it, and we sent off for mastering, and that was it. And we have some other good songs in the works as well for everyone. And but SAS, I just wanted to come out strong and have a party song. That's
awesome. It is Siena. She joins us live here on our big broadcast. So you've got a lot of great things going on. Primarily, what is your form of social media that you primarily use?
I would say the number one, Instagram, Siena Music, SIENA, and then TikTok is my second, SIENA. PAGLIA.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, looking at your Instagram, some of the different things that you've got going, horses. You got a lot of stuff with horses. Talk to me a little bit about your love of horses.
Yes. Okay. So my mom grew up raising and training horses. Therefore, I also grew up raising, breeding, training horses, and selling. I was really into show horses, English and Western pleasure. And we had two really good brood mares that we would breed and then sell the babies or keep, see which ones make the best. And then I started to do more rodeo activities like team roping and barrel racing. I actually was going to move to Texas to rodeo if I did not be a singer. So got other plans, and here I am in Nashville being a singer. But I have always had a good connection with horses. I love being around them. Whenever I'm feeling down, I go out to my horse out in Mount Juliet. That's where I have her here in Tennessee. And I just love being around him and
That's awesome.
going to work cows and whatnot.
That's awesome. Now, something else that I noticed by looking at your Instagram, which I think is fantastic, and I just find this amazing. You're also a welder.
I am a welder.
That is amazing. Because I'll tell you that is a skill that not a lot of people have anymore.
I mean, hey, I'm no professional. I have fun doing it. I was actually going to my team roping partner's house. We were going to go on a trail ride with his new colt I had just sold him. And his dad was stick welding on this semi truck. And I said, is that hard? And he said, no, you want to try? I said, sure. And I stick welded on this 18-wheeler for the first time. And then I was like, what else could I make by welding? This is kind of cool. So I started making horseshoe art, horseshoe trivets, horseshoe wine rack, horseshoe cross. Oh, I've made some other kind of things. I don't know. Art, I think is really cool. And I sold that for a little bit, but I don't have a welding studio set up in Nashville yet. So that's been on hold. But yeah, I do a little welding here and there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I will have to say that is a skill that I wish more people had. So
I give credit to all those blue collar boys and girls.
I think that's awesome. Well, and I'll tell you, I know a lot of welders that make a lot of great money. So if this whole singing thing didn't work, you could definitely go into welding and probably not have any from your amount of money you're making doing music, you're probably able to make the double in welding. So it's a good skill to have, Siena. So
start welding on the side more.
Siena is with us today. She is fantastic. Go over to Instagram.com/Siena Music. She is with us today here on our big program. Also, I notice that you are into guns, which I think is awesome. Tell me a little bit about that. There's this photo. What the hell is this? When was it? 2 weeks ago, according to Instagram, and it's you.
You have to read the caption.
You at a picnic table, and you've got like probably a small army there of guns. Tell me a little bit about all this.
Well, I started getting into firearms basically because of my dad.
Yeah.
He is a competitive shooter for shotgun, skeet, and trap, and he also has done some rifle shooting as well and pistol. But so I just kind of was fascinated by the different types of calibers, the different type of guns, what this one is used for, and what I can go hunting with. And that day, actually, was at my buddy's farm in Prim Spring, Tennessee, a little old thing. And there's me, two girlfriends, and our buddy Greg, and we just brought all of our guns together. So that's not all those are mine, but we all just had them there. And we were just shooting across the creek, and no one was harmed. No one was there. We were all being very responsible. But we bought the little clay targets. We threw up in the air, shot with our shotguns, just for fun. Why not?
Well, you are amazing.
Thank you.
I love all this stuff that you're doing. Now, of course, you are such a good sport, and you are such a cool chick. So
Thank
this
you.
next question, I know I'm not going to offend you by, but I'm looking at your Instagram and I see some of these interesting, these as my buddy Ross Long would say, you are quite the little perv magnet, I'll have to say. And one of the things that Ross Long always asks a lot of these different artists when we have them on who are very attractive, he always says, how many restraining orders do you have to file on a regular basis with various men? Because I'll tell you, some of these shots on Instagram, no wonder you're into guns. You gotta keep them away from you.
I mean, hell, knock on wood, there have been no restraining orders yet, and hopefully there won't have to be. But there are some people, that they only make it to the message requests of my
That's awesome.
of my DMs. But there's always that person. Oh, you're so beautiful. Can I take you out of the? I mean, I think it's flattering, but I would like to meet someone in person. I don't.
Yes.
So. But I appreciate all the love and support everyone has given me. It's always appreciated.
Well, before we let you go, what is next for you after this song comes out?
Oh my goodness, a lot. I just talked to my manager. We have a music video in the works for
That's
Sass.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yes, some merchandise will be coming to the website. Doing small little tours here around Tennessee and even in bordering states. And see, I'm gonna put another single out maybe early next year.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome.
So I can't give too much.
Well, you are fantastic. This has been so much fun. When you have more news or what have you, let us know and we'll get you back on, my friend.
I would love that. Thank you for having me.
Definitely. Have yourself a wonderful day, my friend. Thank you.
You as well.
Appreciate it. There she goes,
Thanks.
the fantastic Sienna. She is amazing, and we